Greetings, gamers and people. I've been recording this hellhole, Hideout Helm, for quite a while. Let me show you, it is Hideout Helm. It is Hideout Hell. Because in pre-recording, I went through all of these 43 minutes, and I failed the past something of them. Because there's these mini games at the end of this freaking hell. There are just it's so evil. It's so evil. You will but yeah, it's freaking evil. And I might be going back here, but I don't really care. Use the freaking things. God damn it! Hit the thing. You know. There's certain aspects of games that make them enjoyable, and in the second half of this game, they just disappear, never to return. It's like, hey, remember when this game used to be fun? Yeah, unless you're the most hardcore gamer ever, and have, like, beaten, I don't know, like freaking Battletoads or some crap. You're gonna die and lose and cry. Unless you collect a million things and are the best at something. So yeah, there are these parts. Lanky, chunky, and tiny. I mean, for now, it's not extremely hard. But believe me, it will become hell. There's one certain minigame that can be hell. In fact, all of the minigames can be hell. Almost all of them, that is. I mean, and then you can get stuck here. It is freaking evil. Game of evilness. Look at this. You have to change to Donkey Kong to go all the way over. I said all the way over to a switch, a lever that you got to pull, and guess what it does? Let me give you a hint. It makes you change to another Kong. It makes these things pop up, and you have to jetpack barrel into them with your horrible controls from the Nintendo 64. Isn't that the most wonderful thing you have ever somethinged in your life? And not to mention, you have 1 minute to do the thing with the jetpack barreling, which at one point I actually had no idea how to do, because I didn't know you had to hold A to go and hover up. It's like I didn't know how to use these controls in this thing, and now Diddy's being retarded, you know. You know how the game is, like, retarded, and, Diddy, no, turn and face the right direction. Remember, retardation is not a good thing. It is a problem that should be addressed. Wow, that was close. That was kind of epic, though. I kind of liked that. No, I kind of liked that. Now there's a trick here. You have to open all of these things up with Chunky before you can go through them. You know, you notice those doors. You gotta go through these doors, then open these great things with Chunky Punch. Then there are these walls. It's like there are 3 barriers to things. You know, leave it to K-Rool, the freaking final boss with the eye of insanity that is like red and bloodshot, worse than freaking Count, what's his name, the guy, the thing in my channel intro, the Dracula ripoff from Conker's Bad Fur Day, which I might let's play, but considering that I'm not so good with this game even, I might not do that. I mean, I don't worry, I will be doing a horribly painful and painstaking game, but I don't think it will be Conker's Bad Fur Day. It might. It might. That is all I can say to you. But for a while, I might just be doing some Wii games, because I might be bringing my Wii over. So you see here, there's the thing with Donkey Kong. Now, so you gotta pull out Donkey Kong for the first part of this masochistic journey through this hellhole, because you gotta turn this machine off. There are 5 things that you gotta hit, and with all the Kongs, you have to do too many games for each Kong, and believe me, some of those mini games will make you go insane. I mean, I think we're entering one of them. There's this thing. Remember the barrel blast courses? You gotta barrel blast and try to hit these extremely small targets with your obviously fantastic, you know, barrel blast thing skills, because I mean, clearly everyone's the best at that sort of thing, and Dazzle Preview is the best at being retarded, and I am the best at missing things, aren't I? And there's another minigame that's similar to this, where you gotta shoot some certain enemies that I've hated all of my life. For all of the 17 or 18 or maybe even 19, depending on whether I've been here, actually, like at this point it's been 17 and a half or so. You know, I'm kind of rambling at this point, aren't I? That's because I'm kind of going insane. This game is like that evil. Like, now my aim is kind of good, and I like how this goal achieved thing and the well done, because that is actually your only savior through this, and the fact that you actually beat this game. Actually beating this game, even with that. Okay, here's another super evil thing. You gotta hit all these guys, or as many of these guys, at this point 14, and you gotta hit them a lot, and not hit the electrified fence things, or whatever the hell they are. And I mean that, like, seriously, whatever in the hell they are, because this level is hell. This level is most definitely hell, because stuff like this happens, and my god, is it so evil. It is not funny. It is not funny. So you just gotta hit these crumbling motherfuckers, and you know, eventually, at some point, you know, beat up enough of them, and beat the time limit, which is like a minute, and you gotta not hit any of the electric things, and you gotta, I don't know, become Jesus or something. I don't know. I mean, dear God, this game can be so evil. If it was just a little bit easier, I mean, it would have been possible for the average gamer to beat this game. But it just so happens to be this game is that evil. You know, it is that evil. I'm sorry, but it is evil. Sometimes it is just evil. And I mean, playing this on freaking Pinnacle Studios Preview is not the easiest thing in the world, especially not with this game. I would like some freaking Kremlings to pop up, and oh well, what do you know? Out of time. Gee whiz, I didn't even expect this minigame to be so freaking sadistic, but believe me, this whole game has been sadistic in so many parts. Even though I like how there's massacre, genocide. At this point, you will support the genocide of, you know, freaking reptiles. Once you've beaten this game, or any Donkey Kong Country game ever made, because, you know, you will become that hateful of reptiles. You know, I mean, Mario freaking kills turtles and things, and you know, and that thing turns off after like 2 seconds. You know, giving you just enough time to run into it and lose like a quarter of a health thing.